Hi again, guys, and welcome back to another tank review. Sorry it's been a while, but I have not been here due to Tank Fest, along with work, among other things, and also streaming a lot more. So, sorry about the lack of videos. I will try and get more up when I can. But today I'm bringing you guys a quick, well I say quick, tank review on the Panther now that I've 3-marked it. Now, the Panther is one of the, I would say one of the more flexible tier 7 mediums. It's one of those weird ones where it's kind of a jack of all trades apart from alpha damage. It's got exceedingly good pen. The armor it can occasionally bounce. The mobility is decent, and we'll get into the rest in game. So I'm going to go with the armor first. Of course, you've got 85mm thick upper plate. Your lower plate is only 50. On the side of the hull, you've got 50 on the upper side. And on the lower, you only have 40 behind the tracks there. You do also have this spaced side skirt. And on the rear, you only have 40mm as well. As for the turret, the small term has 120mm on the front, 60 on the side, 60 on the rear. Not great, but it can occasionally bounce shots off the sides of the turret, which are auto bounces as long as you're pointing them directly at your opponents. As soon as you start to angle the turret, they become quite easy to pen. And of course, the flat 120mm isn't, well, it's fairly flat. It does have a slide angle, as you can see here, but it's not really enough to make any difference whatsoever. So that again is a fairly easy pen for most tanks that you will come up against. It does have a cupola as well, but people generally don't bother aiming for that because generally they can pen pretty much anywhere else. Even the upper plate, which is, like I say, 85mm, you're not really going to get more than maybe 150 effective at best there, so bear that in mind. As for the mobility, it's decent. Power to weight of 15, top speed of 55 km an hour, reverse of 20. Soft stats on the terrain resistance they're okay. Nothing special. Gun depression on the tank is 8, gun elevation 20. You've got a good slug of hit points though with the Panther. You've got 1300 health. You've got good view range as well of 380 meters. And now onto the gun. Now the gun that you want to use most of the time is this 75mm KWK L100. Because this thing has almost 200mm of pen with standard ammo and 244 with premium. And it's got a pretty good rate of fire as well. And when it's fully aimed, it will more often than not hit your targets. And the shell velocity is very nice as well. 945 with standard. And with premium, you get 1181, which is not bad at all. The only downside is that it is low alpha, but again, the DPM does make up for it. Unfortunately, with Tanks.gg, I can't actually show you the full equipment specs because, well, that's not really working at the moment, so a bit unfortunate there. But you'll see in game what kind of reload that I can get with that. As for the gun handling, it's pretty decent. These soft stats here, don't worry about those. Because when you actually get into the game and you get a decent crew in there, maybe get brothers in arms and vents, then this will improve dramatically. And you will often find that sure, this tank does not get vertical stabilizers, but it doesn't really need them. And you'll see that in just a moment. So, here we are. Game on Glacier. This was my 3rd mark of excellence match. And we will start off by going straight into the middle. Fairly standard play for if you want to get some early spots and damage off. As you can see, it's a tier 8 match, so enemy team have got a UDES, a tier 8 arty, and they've also got an OHO. Tier 7s, they've got a Comet, an ONE, a Panther M10, T25-2, and a T71. And then all the rest are their tier 6s, including that KV2, who's going to be quite unfortunate. He's going to be one of our victims, poor guy. And of course, there's the ONE. This is going to be a bit of a two-key fest, but at this point I was just wanting the third mark done, and I was just like, you know what, let's just go for it. Nice shots on T71 there, deny him the hill, a nice little fire there as well. Shots on the ONE now. No, I do feel fairly justified firing it at an ONE, because fuck Japanese heavies. KV2 maybe less so, but it's what I had loaded at the time, so I was not really thinking, oh, I'll switch back to AP for it. I was more thinking, I need to get damage for this third mark, and I wasn't really thinking, let's switch to AP for these lower tier tanks, or same tier tanks. So, nice couple of shots in the ONE. Do take a couple of hits from the Cromwell up next to where that Hellcat has been spotted on J9. But we're not going to worry about him just now, because he's probably distracted by our T-3485M. There is the Comet up there as well, but again, I'm not too worried because they will be getting shot at by the rest of my team, including the P-43 Terror, who has moved up there and is brawling with the Comet just now. So we're just going to finish off this Panther M10. There he goes. He bounces off our gun mantlet there, or possibly the sides of the turret, because that's all that we were showing. Now we're turning around to see if we can get shots on the Cromwell when he gets spotted. Or perhaps this Rudy. We're also looking to see if the KV2 will pop up again. Maybe finish him off. Meanwhile in the north, our Tiger P, KV-85, and slowly our IS-3 are engaging the OHO along with our Scorpion G. The ONE is slightly behind the OHO. And we've now got shots on the Cromwell, taking our time to aim. Now obviously, like I say, at range, this gun, you do have to fully aim it. Can't really snapshot with this gun at range, but if you're close enough to targets, then you can just point, click, and it will generally hit the mark. Now we're pretty comfortable where we are right now, because Artie's not been doing anything against us. There's the KV2, he just snapshots on the move, hoping for Hand of Stalin to save him. Unfortunately for him, we track him. Artie finally starts paying attention to us, but unfortunately for that KV2, it's too little, too late, and there he goes. SP1C picks him up. Now we did spot the T25-2 as well. There he is, chilling over there on C7/C8. The SP1C finishes off the T-37, and we start farming this T-25-2. And that shot there, the second one, that's the kind of shot you can pull off with this gun. Taking a shot and then pulling back around the corner immediately as you shoot, and of course now he's unspotted, but it's pretty obvious he's not gone very far, so we finish him off. Looking to get a shot on the Rudy there, unfortunately not able to get it, as he's not far enough around his corner to pull out, and we do not know where the UDES is, so we're kind of hesitant about that. Meanwhile, on the north side, it looks like my heavies are just cleaning up the enemy heavies as the OHO goes down to the Tiger P. 12T gets spotted by the Dickermax, and the Rudy has pulled out enough for us to try and shoot him. Unfortunately, we don't get a shot, but we do get a little bit of spotting, and the Type 64 picks him up. Unfortunately, our IS-3 dies to the artillery, but now it doesn't really matter. We've won this match, so we finish off the AMX-12T. We do take a hit from him, but again, it's the end of the match. What can he really do against us? UDES gets spotted. We don't have a shot on him, but we do have a shot on the artillery, so we just take a snapshot at it. Because it is a GW Tiger P, and it was filling most of our reticles, so why not? Even at that range, the GW Tiger P is a huge target, so might as well. And as you can see, even across that, it's still pretty damn big. A couple of blind shots later, and he's down. Now it's just the UDES. Looking to see if we can get maybe one more shot out of this. It's not looking likely, and then he goes down to Type 64, and of course we raise our gun in victory. So that match was an ace tanker. Third mark of excellence because of the blind shots that hit. That put us up from 93.5 roughly all the way up to 95.2 from what I remember. Of course, that was also a high caliber for our 4,000 damage and tank sniper. It was 1,500 base XP. We also got 5 kills, and of course we did lose credits because we did sling a bit of that premium around as well. But I was pretty happy with this. I was happy to get the third mark done, and I've got to say I did enjoy the Panther. I do feel like it's a fairly reasonable tier 7 medium. Nothing too special, but I do like the rate of fire on the gun combined with the mobility and the view range. It's quite an adaptable little. I say little, it's quite a big medium. So again, plus sides, gun is pretty solid all round. If on the low side for the alpha damage, tank is, well, the platform is decent, but if a bit big, it is not a small target, but you get around quick enough, and you can definitely counterspot with this tank with the 380 meters base view range. You can definitely do the spotting roll if need be. As for anything else, that's pretty much it. It's a fairly simple tank. You get yourself into a position where you can either spot or keep your gun firing, and there you go. That's the Panther, really. If it's allowed to just keep its gun firing, it will get through its targets. Maybe death by 1,000 cuts, but there you go. Anyway, guys, that's all from me for this video. I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I definitely enjoyed playing the Panther. And I will catch you guys on the next one.